even being on time, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Doing
That
things you
part
say
right
you're
there.
going to do.
Don't talk about
That.
being on time.
I know, I'm not on time, but I'm not professional, bro. I sell comic
Motherfucker.
books.
Where the fuck is McClay? Awesome. Welcome to the Bogcast. I'm your host, Keith Obit, joined with my best friend, Brian McClay. How's it
What's
going,
up?
man?
Going good, brother. Going good, dude. Fucking stoner podcast over here, man. So, chilling with Kid Conez in the house. Fucking make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, thumbs up. That always helps us. And yeah, good stuff.
And we're giving out a poster.
Yeah, make sure you guys already know if there's a clip out there that you love from the Bogcast, make sure to tag us in it, repost it, throw it up on Instagram, all that fun stuff, and we'll choose a random person that does that and give them a poster. Also, always hit us up with what strain you're smoking and get free stickers.
Definitely. Just tell us what strain, if it's an indica or sativa. And if you want to win a free Bogcast t-shirt, all you got to do is join the channel. You can get access to exclusive content because the YouTube censors are pretty lame these days.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like more me and McClay can act ourselves and shit like that. So you also get like custom emojis.
I think they're like 50% off this month, maybe. So
Yeah.
check. They run deals all the time. So hit that join membership.
Yeah, if you
button.
join up, I'll send you this Bogcast t-shirt, any size, any color you want. So yeah, I'm really excited today because it's our first in-studio podcast with a guest in a very long time, and I'm excited to have guests in the studio again. And I'm also excited that it's fucking Kid Conez. How's it going, man?
It's going good, bro. Conez.
Hell yeah.
And you got to experience this energy in person, man.
Yeah.
You have to. So.
That's the whole thing, man. It makes interviews so much more real, I think, when they're in person. Keith's always been really important. Like, that's been an important thing. So I love it about the Bogcast getting back into it and shit.
Yeah, streaming online is just the lag. There's, you can't help but talk over each other sometimes. And I don't know.
As if there weren't enough technical situations you have to deal with.
And
now you got to deal with their shit. You know?
Exactly.
I think we took some time off, too, because of the Soundguy. And it makes it even better that our first guest is part of the Soundguy.
Yes, for sure. So, yeah, actually, I wanted to start off the show, man, by just saying thank you for allowing us to use your jam in the show. Because
of course.
This project that I've been working on, I've literally put my heart and soul into it for the past, 3 years, from writing it to shooting it to the post-production. And what I realized, one of the hardest things to do is the fucking score and the soundtrack, and just making sure that it hits emotional cues and things like that. And during this one scene, I was just having trouble just trying to figure out how to get it to work. And one day I was like, oh shit, what if I just tried to hotbox over it? And once we put it over that scene, dude, it fucking
perfect.
It was like it was meant to be. And I was like, I hope to God, when he's cool with this. And then you were fucking more than nice about it.
Yeah, I saw that you got up in my DMs, bro, and I just like, you don't expect something like that. Like, bro, can we use your track for our project? And then, no brainer. I fuck with you guys, and especially if you said that it makes sense for it, like, why not? So yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, dude, I'm really excited. After we wrap, I'll show you the scene and shit, and
yeah.
some of the fucking film and stuff. So
yeah.
Is there ways people can still donate to the
so
project?
if you go to the SoundguySeries.com, I'm actually selling these posters. There's only 250 of them made. I think there's maybe 150 left. They're all numbered, so every one you get is kind of like exclusive and shit. And
That's
the first 60 are signed. So
I love how you got the time lapse of everybody signing.
Yeah, dude. I actually need you to sign them.
Yeah,
Don't forget to do that today. Actually.
Oh yeah.
Good shit.
Right on, man. So the last time you were on the show was fucking last May of 2021. So it's been well over fucking almost a year and a half.
Wow.
So all kinds of shit has happened since then, man. So what have you been up to?
Man, just keeping it classy, just making quality content, working on music still, making quality records, and putting that effort in and making sure something comes out that's worth showing the world, Yeah, that's pretty much it, man. I've just been working. I've been traveling. We had festivals. I've been to probably 3 different music festivals since we hung out last. Performed at one of them. And it's just been nuts, dude.
You're always creating, dude. Always creating something, whether it's, content, music,
Yeah.
all over the social media scene. You're
Yeah.
always creating something, dude,
Yeah.
which is nice.
Memes, you know.
Yeah, whatever it is, man.
Yeah.
You have one of my favorite memes. The one with what's the guy with the eye? The one I like is different. Says Sativa Indica because he has the fucked up droopy eye. But
the
yours
Forrest
says,
Whitaker?
Yours says 419, 420,
Yeah.
which is even better.
Yeah, that was a great one. It was like a no-brainer
Forrest Whitaker,
too.
yeah.
Because I always saw the Indica Sativa, but yeah, 419 to 420.
That's my fucking favorite stoner meme of all time.
I put the raw beanie on him and shit. It was just perfect. It was perfect. Happy 420. You know.
By the way, speaking of raw, you got the best job in the world, bro.
Oh, I'm very fortunate, bro. I'm very fortunate. Yeah, people tell me that all the time, and it's just like it's still not even real.
Yeah,
you know, it's not even real still. But I've been doing it for 4 years now, working in this position. Yeah,
even if it wasn't like the company that it is,
Yeah.
and like you know what we know about raw, it would still be a cool job,
right.
But you get paid to create still, like,
Yeah.
and so that it kind of itches that creative itch, right?
Yeah.
At the same time, so that's a great job. Anytime you get paid to create something that you love is game
Absolutely.
over.
Absolutely. And yeah, the fact that the company is beloved around the world, you know,
Yeah.
we're like the Coca-Cola of smoking.
Oh, for sure.
But I think people like us a little more, you know. But no, it's just really cool to be able to go to different smoke shops, dispensaries, these events, and virtually everybody loves the product. You know, loves it, and I'm just trying to be an extension of that. Like, okay, well, I want you to love the people that work for the company too. You know, I want you to have an experience, and yeah, that's what has kind of made it so successful on social media for me, because you know we document these moments with other people. Like, I don't know if you saw the festival stuff recently.
Yes.
But it was like a fucking movie, bro.
Yeah.
And everybody just has these memories. I'm still talking. It was 2 weeks ago. And people are like, dude, I still can't believe that happened. Like, we took a half a pound, or I think it was a quarter pound roll, put it on an air mattress pump, and then lit up a Lincoln Navigator to the point where it was like, I might have to leave this car. Like, it's so much smoke in my eyes and nose. Like, I've never been this high in such a short period of time. It only lasted a minute and a half, and it felt like a lifetime, bro. Like, those memories, I'll think
These
of
are
10 years from
experiences
now.
like not a lot of people get to have, you know what I
Right,
mean? So
yeah.
we were actually wanting to pull up your Instagram and kind of just talk about some of this, because some of this shit is just completely wild to me, like and create in such a creative way, you know what I mean?
That back roll.
Like that first one. that first one?
Yeah.
Does that thing,
yeah,
that
look
thing
at this.
hit?
Yeah.
Meme? Yeah. It's a bridge rolled by June Lagoon, and I took that picture at Emerald Cup last December. But then, you know, of course, running Rawlite memes was like, how do we make this into a meme? And it was right at the end of the year, right? So coming into the new year, this was a perfect meme.
Yeah,
you know.
dude.
That's fucking art right there, dude.
Yeah, it's fun.
Is that something that you actually light up, or is just kind of like more?
Yeah,
of a
you can. There's a burn pattern and everything.
I almost wouldn't want to light it.
Right. It's art. It's
Yeah.
art. You know, some of these joints that they roll can get up to like 10, 15 grand with product inside of it.
So-
Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah.
Raw just recently put out a new product, right? The Rosebud Tips.
Yeah. They're already sold out. It's nuts. They're already sold out. But these things, like, right when you think we can't come up with anything else, it's like, what the fuck?
That's what I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
You
Like,
know?
that's what's crazy about Raw is I was just gonna say what you just said is anytime I think like, oh, they can't come up with any more products. It's
Yeah.
like, holy shit! Like, check out this thing. I need this in my life.
Yeah, and I work for the company. I'm just like, holy shit! Like, what else can we do now? You know? So yeah. Those Rosebud Tips are art, man. They are real art.
I'm trying to bring them up, but I apologize. I'm working on a new computer. But
we need a Jamie.
yeah, I need our Jamie is no longer here, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to fucking do this.
We'll pull up some of that other crazy shit.
Yeah, go to the page Raw Life NorCal. Raw Life NorCal has some of the.
We should be on here.
Yeah, that's my baby. So I've grown this page. I converted an old page that I had called Devontae Chronicles, because my name is Eminem Devontae. It was like going to document my life. But I started working for the company, and I'm like, my boss is like, you need to create an IG page so you can showcase, you know, the marketing, what we're doing. And I just converted that page. I think it had like 200 followers at the time. Now it has 18,000.
Oh damn!
You
yeah.
know, and it's real followers. Like it's not like a bunch of
Bots
followers
and shit,
and 2 likes or 20 likes on a
yeah.
post, right? It's
Yeah.
real engagement. Like this shit was right here was
Yeah,
nuts.
that's what the fuck.
Yeah.
I still have that. I think I have that up there.
Yeah, the blow up cones. Yep, and going to vendors and being able to hook them up with stuff. All their cones.
Dude, you're like Santa Claus. You're like the weed Santa
Yeah,
Claus.
literally. It's Summer Christmas. Up on stage with Fortunate Youth. Threw that shit off. Man,
That
like
is so awesome.
yeah.
Everyone just loves you.
Big ass joints.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
It's magical. So yeah, I have a cool job.
So
Yeah, the airplane.
Yeah.
That's dope. I love
So
that.
this actually, the roller of this June Nagoon, I met up with. I had to pick this. Well, actually, his significant other dropped it off at my house at 6:30 in the morning yesterday before I flew out here, and now it's currently in Raw headquarters. They're going to use that for either like pictures or shirts, posters, things like that. So that roll I just brought out here. I had to bring. It's filled with Domenia. I think that's how you pronounce it. It's like a tea. So I was able to fly with it, and it was fine. But yeah, it's a super dope piece for sure.
Damn,
took some
yeah.
time, but
That's
it's
art, man. For
yeah.
sure.
and those new rosebud tips weren't those like in conjunction with some other rolling artist or something like that?
Yeah, the artist who essentially patented it.
Yeah.
Right. I'm pretty sure it's either on Raw Life 247 or on Rock and Roll's page.
We need to check out the guy that makes those. Also's page, the June guy. What's his name?
June Nagoon. Yeah.
That guy seems like
His
a badass.
his main page is Raw Rolls.
Okay.
Yeah, Raw Rolls, and he's
I know Josh talks about it. I just recently seen him find something with it.
Raw Rolls, June, he won the first World Rolling Championship, and that was with the Pegatar.
Oh, they have championships
Yeah, with
for that?
yeah, it's the centaur with the wings, and like it had
Dude, I want to follow
balls
that
and shit.
now. How do we gotta look that shit up. I didn't even know
Right.
that. Of course, there's competitions for that.
So here's the new rosebud tips.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
So that's crazy, man.
like how could you even come up with that? You know, like
It's genius, bro.
It really
and it's
is.
so smart. And so it comes one per. You buy one per.
yeah, that guy and his lady there. So that's our New York rep. So the New York counterpart of me. That's him. That's Sean Chimney. That's his name.
That shit's
Shout out
crazy,
Sean
bro.
Chimney.
So the reason I wanted to bring that up is because like it's getting to a point where you have these literal joint rolling artists.
Yeah, I'm fascinated by
So,
it.
go to
I'm
Raw
blown away.
Rolls. Go check
This is
out-
unbelievable.
Yeah, Raw Rolls. He's
I used to, you know,
Next
what? I
level.
used to think you rolled good.
Yeah, I know,
You ain't
right?
shit.
I know.
right until you see this shit. Actually, I should have had you go to the World Rolling Championship. Like you'll see
Where is
everything.
it? Where's
there.
it at?
It's on here. World Rolling Championship.
No, I mean like physically, like where?
Oh, so it's literally like a online competition.
Oh, I
so you
see.
roll and then you
Oh, I
submit
see.
it,
Okay.
right? And then the winner in first place gets I think like $5,000, a ridiculous amount of raw products, and then yeah, they get to come to headquarters and things like that. Like,
Look at this.
This is amazing.
Yeah,
There you go.
yeah. That was us at the event.
Look at this, bro.
What the?
Yeah, man. Dragon
Holy
breath, bro.
Jesus Christ.
Dragon breath.
How long did it take to prepare for that? Like rolling the joint,
Yeah,
everything.
We had them start. So shout out to Junagoon and Bruno Rolls. So that right there, the mace. Bruno Rolls did 200 joints that we kept refilling that mace up, and then June rolled about 3 of those cannons, and then he rolled 1 while we were there too. Like it was nuts. So
Yeah, that's beautiful, bro.
I had to buy 3 air pumps for him, because Hotbox weekend when we dropped Hotbox, this was the first time I ever experienced this. June brought it, and it melted the pump. Like there was ashes coming out, like it was morphed after.
Dude, that's so much smoke.
So yeah, that thing was nuts.
I've seen some amazing smokers recently on TikTok and
Well, what's that
Instagram.
one? What's that one on the right?
This one right here?
Oh, a hand.
Yeah. Oh wow,
Yeah.
that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I think he should have did like the little, remember back in the day where you would do this
Flickers and shit. I think
to
it's
people.
Yeah.
The little, major look
Oh,
thing.
yeah,
He should have
yeah.
did that. I think that would have been hilarious.
Oh, yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
Oh, bro, that would have been awesome, bro.
Right. Just
The
like
punch,
the-
the circle game.
Yeah,
yeah.
the
His
circle
little
game.
brother's like that's his thing. He
Yeah.
always,
Every
like,
time
goes-
my brother's constantly trying to
Like, hey.
catch people.
Yeah,
Yeah. And
yeah.
when people know it, you
Yeah.
know what I mean?
Like,
Like
fuck.
you like, okay,
It's like losing the game.
Yeah, exactly,
Fuck,
dude.
we just lost
It's being a kid again, dude.
Yeah.
It was being a kid.
Do you think like people growing up now still play that and do that?
No, they think it's racist or it's a political thing now. It's cheesy.
Well, that was a troll. That was a unfortunate.
and
troll.
that's why it's so funny, bro.
Yeah. But like, so that's what makes it actually even cooler. Then it's kind of more exclusive. So if someone does,
That's why my brother, when my brother does it, and one of the guys kind of goes, "Okay, go, hit me," like,
You're
okay,
like, oh,
you got me.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
cool.
It's like, all right,
Right.
all right, I can rock with this dude. I could probably smoke with this
Yeah.
dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, go down a little bit, dude. Oh, there's what the fuck?
A wrench, yeah.
And these are all filled with real cannabis?
Yeah, yeah. Sometimes if he's trying to transport it, like if it's going to headquarters, it's filled with Domenia or whatever.
Yeah, it's a rolling thing more than it is.
So this was my performance at the second festival that we went to, Smoked Out Barbecue. Shout out Ungaffable Productions. He rolled an AK-47, and you smoked it out the fucking barrel. He showed me this shit. I was like, okay, it's dark, but I fuck with it. Like, you know, look at this shit.
That is badass.
Yeah, man. And it lasted probably like a good 2 hours.
Wow,
Yeah.
bro.
Hour through, we were barely past that first,
How much cannabis is in that?
Probably half a pound.
Half a pound?
Yeah, probably, because it's compact too, you know.
Holy
And
shit.
it smoked the whole way through.
Yeah, because and June is
Bro,
really
look
good
at
at
this,
it.
dude. Holy
June is
shit.
really, shout out Vinny Bankhead. Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say like 2 ounces, maybe.
No, he plums it. He plums it, you know. So there's burn patterns. There's places where the air can flow as you're hitting this, and it's
He's
perfect.
got like tips in there, long tips and shit for where the air can flow.
skewers
like,
that you just pull out when you're ready. Yeah,
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
cool as shit, man. I
There's
love
science
it.
behind this, man.
Totally, yeah.
Yeah.
It's like I'm sure there's a bunch of like times you fuck up before you get like the right one, right?
Oh, 100%.
Practicing and shit.
100%,
Yeah.
Do you ever get into smoke sciences and shit like that? We were talking about that the other day, bro, when we were talking about the CBNs and all that shit.
Oh yeah. We talked about it last night.
A lot of people that I come across talk a lot about that shit, and it's cool. I'm more of like on the creative tip. Like,
Yeah.
You know, the science is cool. I like cone science especially. You know, like cone science is the best. But
yeah,
like,
you got the perfect job, bro.
yeah, but CBN and CBD and Delta 8 and all that stuff, I appreciate it. I love like the new stuff that's coming out. I don't dig too deep into it though. It's not my field.
Are you
know?
more of a flower guy than anything?
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I get gifted a lot of edibles, a lot of waxes, things like that. Waxes, I'll just twax around the actual cone, you know.
Yep, same with me,
You know,
bro. Yeah.
but edibles, man, I gotta have not shit going on to even touch that shit, you know.
Yeah.
Do you get fucked up off of them?
Oh my! I don't know why. I think just because I always eat minimum like 50 milligrams, usually about 100.
It's probably your metabolism, right,
That
dude?
too, like I think that's part of it, you know, because I just get so slumped, bro.
Yeah.
And then people will call me, like Stevie Stone will call me, and I'm like, bro, I can't even function right now. I wish I could.
Do you ever get paranoid anymore?
No. So actually, Josh did a video about. It's crazy, right? I used to get paranoid.
Well, because
paranoid
now
a
I'm
lot.
wondering if he does.
Right.
I don't.
So he told us a story, right? So the reason why human beings really get paranoid is because it dates back to being a caveman, and we needed that paranoia to keep us alive, right? So
Yeah, on our feet.
The bear in the cave. Once we could tell there's a bear in the cave, our senses, everything just gets
Yeah.
heightened, right? And that paranoia kicks in. Like cops on the street next to you is now the new bear in the cave.
Yeah.
Right? You just have to realize and talk yourself pretty much off that mental ledge. Like, look, they're probably just driving by. They don't give a fuck what I'm doing. I'm not doing anything stupid. You know, most of the times I can talk myself off of the paranoia ledge. You know?
Yeah, that's what I do because people are always complaining, especially when it comes to edibles, that you get that inner paranoia. Like,
Yeah.
And what I mean by that also is like, you know how you get to that point where you're like, you know, oh, I'm freaking out, I'm breathing too hard. Like,
Right.
I told myself it was like a switch for me, bro.
Yeah.
I said that shit's not real.
Right.
And I
You know
never
what
get
you just
paranoid.
did? You used your anxiety as a superpower.
Yeah.
And you controlled it, and it can be controlled.
Yeah.
And people just we talk about that all the time. Like, just I think paranoia is kind of the same as anxiety, right? You're pretty much having an anxiety attack.
I used to have social anxiety, and first time I ever got it was smoking a bong. And I hit the shit, and then all of a sudden, it was like immediately, I felt like everybody could read my thoughts.
Yeah, everybody
Like they
has
could
that.
hear what
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And like just the way they would move and look at me, and I was like, oh God, they fucking know.
Bro.
I looked it up, other people had it, made me feel better. And then it's just like, this shit's not fucking real. Like you obviously just did something that made this happen. it's not real.
A lot of people will stop and never smoke cannabis again after that, because
I
know
imagine.
a lot of people are like, oh, it fucks with my head, blah blah blah. It's like, no man, it literally makes you think differently and analyze things differently. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, mentally for sure.
Yeah.
You know, it's funny. You said the whole thing like people can think what I'm hearing. When I was young, we all got together and took a bunch of psychedelics and watched Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas, and we did it with a dude that was supposedly a psychonaut, of like the next kind, you know, like would totally just go really deep into that shit. And that's exactly what he did. We were sitting there watching the show, and he started going, oh my God, they can hear me. They know what I'm thinking. And he's saying it out loud.
Out loud?
Is this Tyler?
Yeah.
Wow.
Saying it out loud, bro. And it was so weird. It was weird. It was like,
well, that's what's so strange to me. Is like, I knew that happened with psychedelics or maybe even like cocaine and shit like that. I never had that with cannabis where I got
nuts,
thought that. Yeah.
It's nutty. For sure.
Yeah. With
but
cannabis,
I guess cannabis does cause those kind of psychedelic effects sometimes, I guess.
I think on another level, I think more with cannabis, more people, instead of when they say they're paranoid, I think they're saying, I don't want to have to deal with the shit that I don't like about myself.
Yeah, definitely.
Because cannabis is a value-driven drug.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you start thinking about, I was a dickhead to my
girlfriend.
Right. I was a fucking, you know, I didn't tell my dad that I loved him the last time I talked to him.
Well, that's more mushrooms, I'd say.
Cannabis is very big on that for me. You know what I mean? Like I got to quit being a dickhead to you know, my buddies, you know, or whatever. Like,
absolutely. It's almost immediate too, like right when you hit it and right when you get
Well,
that.
have you ever been an asshole, you know, and you haven't really smoked yet, and then you smoke and you're like,
absolutely.
why the fuck was I a dick?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It's immediate. Like I'll apologize to my girlfriend after, like, you know what? I was tripping. I was tripping. Let me just hit this shit real quick. You know, like, yeah, it's a real thing for sure. It's real.
Are you a 24/7 cannabis smoker, or is it, you know what I mean? Like,
I'll smoke when I wake up.
Yeah.
And then I've been going to the gym a little bit more, so I smoke right before I go to the gym.
I love that.
It's a great feeling.
I love that.
It's a great feeling. It's like you're just like, I don't know, you're just really into your workout and your body, like what's happening with it.
Especially if you got a good jam.
Yeah. Right. The music just it enhances it. And then I'll smoke after the gym, and then.
Do you ever? I just find myself in a place because I've been 24/7 for so long, and I just feel like ultimately am I just hiding just these like fucking dark, deep fucking thoughts? You know what I mean? Away from me, and like, why am I doing this? And I'm not even really getting high anymore off of it. You know what I mean? It's just like habit. You know? Do you ever like think about? Like, do I need to take a fucking break?
I do.
Because I'm like in this. I've talked about it with him. Like, fuck, I feel like I need to take like 30 days off or something, and I can't go 2 hours.
Tea breaks are great. Tea breaks are great. They just reset your sensors, especially because you get a dopamine boost every time you hit it, right? So your receptors just need time to just kind of chill, you know, and not be overstimulated. So yeah, tea breaks are always great, but
they're hard.
They're hard as shit, right? Especially in an industry where like I have to go to an event and everybody's going to be smoking.
Especially your world.
Yeah. I haven't done a tea break in a couple years, but I used to do them like at least twice a year.
You know what, dude? I haven't thought about that in a long time.
That's why I'm almost convincing myself just to do the Sober October, just because so I could be like in the world with Ari and Tom and all those guys and just kind of like have them as like inspiration and shit. You know what I mean? It's 30 days.
Yeah.
It goes so fucking fast. It's going to be miserable, but
I don't feel, and I just don't feel that. I feel like it helps me. You know what I mean? It's better.
Hey.
I get more out of it in life. You know what I mean? Like, instead of it causing problems, I don't feel like I smoke that much to be that an issue. You know what I mean? But if I did feel that way, I would take a break. Yeah.
Right. If cannabis was more dangerous to your body, then I would say like, it's probably not good to do it 24 hours.
Yeah.
But there's literally outside of like right when I smoke, I could tell I'm high as shit because I'll just start knocking shit over sometimes. I just did it the other day. I almost put my toothbrush in the mouthwash. I was like, what the fuck is happening? You know? So like little shit like that is like, okay, maybe a tea break would be okay, but then I'll take a tea break and I'm still just as clumsy or forgetful. So I try not to, be as hard on myself, but it's not bad for you. It's medicinally, right? It's accepted as medicine. So if you take pills, people are taking pills in the morning. People
I take
pills
RSO.
and, you know, like it's a real thing. So if you're medicating in the morning, afternoon, and night, I don't think it's the worst thing in the world at all.
Do you believe heavily in the sativa during the day, indica during the night, or are you just it doesn't matter?
I prefer sativa just period.
Really?
Yeah, I really do. I just don't like the feeling of being slumped. Like,
Do you?
So that's interesting you're saying that, because my excuse for not taking the break is just maybe just trying, because I'm an indica guy all day, and so I'm just thinking maybe if I just switch to sativas, I won't be as just fucking tired and slumped and shit. Maybe have a little bit more motivation and stuff, you know?
Yeah. Because anything can happen. Like I could end up at a studio at 10 o'clock at night. You know, I could be on the phone fixing Odyssey Records website at 11 at night, you know, or 10 o'clock in the morning. And if I'm slumped on an indica, I just feel myself moving slower. You know, on sativa, I feel just like a regular person, just enhanced mentally. Like I just get a different perspective on what I'm doing. So yeah,
It's
but
so
a lot
crazy
of everything is
how that
hybrids.
works.
A lot of it's hybrids right now, so it's hard to even kind of pin those down. You know?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Hey,
It is hard, yeah.
What's your favorite, like the weed? What's the best weed name you've ever heard? Like funny, like, you know what I mean? Because they're so good nowadays, bro.
Yeah.
Like they're the weed names out there are just amazing. And sometimes you see one. Sometimes you see one where it's just like, what the fuck is that?
I feel like every time I go to the dispensary, I see at least one, or I'm like, what the fuck? I just can't think of one right now.
There's so fucking many.
I saw
and
one
I'm
the
just
other
like, that's
day.
not a real name. Sometimes
Exactly. That's how I am.
Yeah.
But
There's
they'll
so
be like
many
growers
names.
like, oh yeah, this guy had that same strain. Or like some of these growers that really care about the name and keeping the integrity. Like this seed is from that genome, and you know, like,
Are you
like
a
the
strain
Jurassic
guy?
Park and shit. I'm not. I'm not really a strain snob.
picky,
As
yeah.
long as it's like not a heavy indica. You know,
Yeah,
something
yeah.
that's gonna get me slumped. If it's too purple, I'll be like, nah, I'm staying away from that shit. You know.
One thing I do have to thank you for actually is before you came on last time is I was actually heavily on the blunts. I mean, I was smoking probably fucking at least 9-10 of them a day.
Yeah.
And the nicotine was just fucking absolutely destroying
It's
me.
rough, bro.
And you came on, you're like, dude, you need to put those aside. You fucking hooked up the raws and shit. And I haven't been on them since, dude. I just only smoke them
Really?
usually when he comes over. He'll roll me one, and that's it, dude.
Yeah.
So
That's perfect.
So thank you for that.
Are you better at rolling raws now?
Yeah.
Good.
The cones is where it's at.
I have to
Of
admit,
course,
my
cones.
girlfriend is like
Yeah.
one of the best joint rollers, so she just rolls all of them.
That's perfect.
Yeah.
That's perfect. Yeah. I love hearing people do that. There's been a couple people that have made that transition, and you just feel better. You don't feel, especially like, I don't even like saying other companies' names, but some of these fucking like tobacco leaves and shit like that. They're
Yes.
just right when
I
you
don't
hit
know.
that shit, you're just fucking gone. Like your body just is in a
I hate
fog
that
all
feeling.
day.
I hate that
you know?
feeling where you can't breathe.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes,
Yeah,
bro,
that sucks.
on some of those fucking things, like, it's like, bro, you can't breathe. Like, your lungs need a fucking break, bro. You're smoking more tobacco than you are cannabis, which is,
Yeah.
I get it. I mean, that was kind of always a thing, you know, to mix them, which I get it. I don't got a problem with. But, man, when you're fucking just basically taking a fucking tobacco leaf and rolling a fucking...
Like a
Yeah.
spliff kind
Yeah.
of. Isn't it
You're
a
killing
No,
all
bro.
the terpenes. You're not
They-
getting the best elements of that plant anyway.
Yes.
And all that tobacco is killing it because it's a
Yeah.
natural pesticide.
Yes.
That's what tobacco is.
Yeah.
You know.
This terpenes is becoming a more and more buzzword, more and more key buzzword, man.
Yeah.
Everybody I hear that's like getting into a pot for the first time, or like, and they get into it heavy, it's like terpenes.
Because that's where it's at. If you can maintain and enhance the terpenes, everything else on the plant typically is great, right? If you focus on the terpene quality, everything else with the plant typically works out.
No shit.
Yeah, that's what they're finding out. Like, if your terpenes are great, if the smell of that plant, the taste of that plant is amazing, you've probably done everything right for that plant to be the best that it can.
Yeah. So,
You know?
and that's what raw is kind of like good about. It's
We don't take away from your terpenes. Yeah. Like, taste your terps,
Yeah,
bro.
when you smoke a blunt, you don't even get to enjoy the
At all.
or even my nasty ass bong. You know,
At
and
all.
I'm not
Water
tasting it.
filters
Yeah,
out
yeah,
terpenes.
Yeah.
You know, it's nuts to me.
So
It's
if I
nuts.
really want to taste the fucking strain, I'll definitely roll it in a raw.
do it in
for
something
sure.
that has the smallest residual, you know, that you get after burning. Like, if you do just a burn test on a raw, you're gonna have almost no ash. It's crazy. but you do something on like a white paper and everything like that, you could see just the shit coming out of it.
When
it's
my
nuts.
girlfriend will get like pre-rolls from the dispensary, they fucking light like shit.
Yeah.
Like they don't stay
Get all
burned.
black
Yeah,
and- yeah.
It just destroys the cannabis.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, I hate
gut 'em.
pre-rolls.
I
dude.
just gut 'em, put
Yeah,
'em in
me
a
too.
roll.
I do too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's going on with your fucking artistry part of your fucking life, man?
Yeah.
Like fucking.
I've been in the studio a lot recently. I've been in the studio, and that's like it. Just like anything else, it's a skill you have to sharpen, and the more you do it, music is a contact sport. I heard my buddy Frizz say that it's a contact sport, and the more you do it, the more you make contact, the more you get out of it. So over summer, I posted like, "Hey, I'm doing free hooks for everybody who reaches out." And a few people reached out, and I knocked out some hooks, and like now I have just that much more shit. I feel more confident in writing, and I get to network with these guys and go in the studio and help them build their craft as well, So I've been doing a lot of that. I've been working on my project, so I'm dropping a project in 2023. I'm gonna have 5 songs on it, right? I'm not gonna do an album yet because I still want to qualify for a debut Grammy album, get that nomination at least. Hopefully we can win, but an EP is gonna be called Conez and Cognac.
Oh shit! Nice.
Yeah, so I already have all 5 songs written. For the most part, now it's just getting the records done. You know, so I'm just knocking them out, and
you have the beats and shit too.
Everything,
nice,
yeah, track outs. It's
I think I asked you this last time. How do you find your beats? Like, do you have certain artists
usually
that you work with?
It's through the producers directly. Yeah. So every beat that I have, I know the producer directly.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
You're doing a lot of performing live now too?
Yeah, man. This was so my buddies put together this show every last Saturday, Friday or Saturday of the month, and it's called Orange House, and they have like 6-7 comedians go first, and then they close it out with a musical act. I was a musical act. That's the hot box at the end there, and it was great. Nice. It's a mid-towny type crowd.
Yeah. What's it like playing something like that, man?
It's cool, dude. It's cool. Like people, it's just good energy. It's just good energy. Had everybody stand up at one point. You could tell like they were just really into it. So.
I love when they incorporate music into like stand-up shows and shit.
Right.
Like,
it works.
Dave Chappelle does
it
that
works
a lot.
really well.
Like,
Yeah. June.
That's so crazy
AK.
with that AK, bro.
Yeah. This is me singing Mary Jane. We did a cover of Mary Jane, and now it's a part of my live set.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
What do you think about performing live?
I love it. I love it. It's a different experience, right, than the studio, but you just connect with people more after you get off the stage. That feeling is just
I can imagine.
fucking
dude.
nuts. And if you did a good job, people tell you. It's just so like I feel like it's more validating when someone saying I like your song. It's like you performed your heart out for me, and like thank you. But yeah, if we get to have cool shit like this, I throw shit out. I throw raw shit out.
Like a guy.
That's so funny, bro.
Yeah.
Can we talk about your writing process really quick?
Yeah.
So you said you have these 5 new songs. Like when you're writing your lyrics and shit, do you like just go into the booth and like freestyle and then just like, oh, that's dope? Or how do you do it? Or you have like, you're just walking around and you come up with a line, oh shit, you put it on your phone. Like there's so many different ways. I just love
concepts happen like that, right? Like, oh, this would be a dope concept, or like a good like one-liner. I've never really made much out of those. When I hear a beat though, the beat usually tells me what it's about, and I go straight to the hook, right? The most popular part of the song, I go straight to the hook, and I just figure out what's going to be the catchiest thing that I could put on this that's going to evoke emotion, that's going to really, like, it's a movie to me, right? Like beats are movies. Like the music is the background, and the artist is the actor now trying to bring the story out, and the lyrics are the script, and you just really have to have that performance for it to be a great movie. So that's how I look at songs, and I always start with the hook first. I love hooks. I've been on hooks since forever. Like I'm trying to be known as
song, really,
as,
right?
Yeah, right. And
then you can write the verses around that.
Right. And then again with my verses, I try to make them as catchy as possible. Like my verses can almost be hooks. You know, like, none villa, smooth like a chinchilla. No dope dealer, but I get it back on the way. None villa, smooth like a chinchilla. You can make that its own like song in a sense, you know?
Yeah.
So I try to make every section of my verse and the hook, but the verse specifically as catchy as possible.
I think that's so important, dude.
Yeah.
I think that that melody within you know,
And the cadence.
yeah,
with
the
it,
cadence,
like
yes.
yeah.
like you're just becoming another instrument basically,
Absolutely.
and that's super important, man.
It's music at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Right? It's always music at the end of the day, and that's rhythm and time.
Yeah.
And tone. You know, like you being able to really expand on that in the verses, like I guess there's a place for artists who just
Yeah, if you like it, you like it,
on the
yeah.
whole verse. Like, okay, cool, bro. Like that's what you want to do. Like me, I'm already dull, and I know somebody else is gonna be dull. I'm trying to do something like every time I hear it, I'm like, fuck.
Well,
Yeah.
you
You know,
also
Stevie songs like wow moments. You need wow moments in your
Yeah.
tracks. Yeah.
you also grew up around music, right? And
Absolutely,
playing
yeah.
music, right?
Yeah.
We talked about that last time. So
Yeah.
I think that like if you kind of have that in your life, like that melody part is very
Yeah.
important. You know what I mean? When you know music a little bit more, a little bit deeper.
Yeah.
So I think that's
That's true. Like last night, actually, I was kicking it with my boy Colton. He works at a Barstool Sports.
Oh, sick.
But yeah, he just
Yeah.
flew out to Miami tonight, or like at midnight. But he showed me. He's like, bro, I want to show you my new songs, and I really value your opinion. I want you to tell me what you think. And they were pretty solid. I was like, okay, you understand timing. He was in time and he was in tune. You know, of course, he's gonna grow, being able to come up with concepts and ideas and lyrically you're going to grow in that department. The more you experience, the more you have to talk about, right? Like if you're ever having writer's block, go out and do something.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But at the core of what he did, it was great. And then he told me, yeah, like he said, I was like, did you do anything musically? He's like, I took piano lessons for 15 years. I'm like, that's it right there. You know, if you have any musical background, you're going to be way better off going into the recording artist space because you understand rhythm and tone and
You already have that one up.
exactly.
Yeah.
It helps so much.
Yeah.
Where there's a lot of guys who want to be rappers and they're just kind of mimicking what they're hearing, which I don't blame them. It's music is a lot of influence anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So, but it's like I just hate when it's I don't hate, but it's just like it's hard for me to palate.
It's a little bit more boring.
Yeah, it's just not engaging enough.
All the artists that make it are the ones like with those kinds of backgrounds.
Yeah.
Like say like Pharrell, for example. He
Yeah.
makes the baddest beats ever.
Yep.
He was on a nerdy marching band
Exactly.
and shit, fucking learning paradiddles and all that shit. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
And he makes the sickest beats ever, you know?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's valuable for sure.
I think a lot of the best hip hop artists also have that ability. At least, I shouldn't say best. A lot of my favorite hip hop artists have that ability to kind of have like a melody, a cadence, and melody within their flow. You know what I mean? That's my favorite thing. J. Cole. People
Yeah.
like
you say it all the time.
Rakim.
It's just like all about cadence and how important it is,
Yeah.
and that's all I think about now because you're so right about that. It's like every artist has such a unique voice, and then when they find like how you said, just to be creative with those melodies and all that stuff, like, and there's nothing better when you get the verse stuck in your head over the chorus or
Right.
the hook, right?
Like-
and you're like, oh shit.
yeah, that's crazy. Like, dude, that's not even supposed to
Yeah.
be the most catchy part of the song, and
Yeah.
you made it.
Yeah.
You made an experience. Yeah, yeah. I love that. Like, I can't tell you how many people have come up to me and said, "Not Bella," you know, like, it's just like, what's the funniest way I can start this in a cool way, you know? Yeah, Hotbox. Have you guys heard Tribe yet?
No, I haven't heard. Is it out?
Yeah, Tribe
Oh,
is
shit,
out.
okay.
I dropped it in February, I believe, for Black History Month, and it's like, and I tried
How
to
the
pitch it for
fuck?
Black Panther. I think they went with like a Bob Marley type song, which I totally get. But Tribe is definitely like, you hear the level of musicality in there, and again, it's like every section of it is like it could be its own hook. You know, I really want you guys to hear this shit.
Yeah, you can
Yeah,
play it now. I might have, because I was experimenting with different songs of yours even when I was trying for that scene or whatever.
Yeah, this one, unless
I'm not
you're
sure.
doing a movie like Black Panther, probably not going to work out
Yeah,
that well.
I can't remember though.
Yeah, but Tribe is definitely, everybody's like, it sounds like a movie. It sounds like it's a
Fuck
whole
yeah, dude.
cinematic experience, you know? There's a link to it in my bio.
Excuse me.
On the IG.
I don't know what's going on here. Hold on here.
We're good. Yeah, and for the audience, you know, you're still watching and enjoying the show, just leave a comment and let us know what strain you are smoking.
Right.
If it's an indica, if it's a sativa, and we'll just pick a random person. We'll send out some stickers and magnets and shit. I think we have some examples over there, but
I know I see some stickers
I'll
right
put some
here.
pictures up over here. Actually, it's just this right here.
Nice.
You got it, McClay?
No, it's not.
I do have a question. It was a controversial hip hop take McClay made in a previous Bogcast episode, and when I clipped it, I don't know if he realizes this, but he got shit on in the comments for it.
What? Controversial.
So I wanted to ask you the
McClay.
same question and see whose side you're on this. It's kind of an old thing, but who won during the MGK Eminem beef battle?
So he said MGK won.
Fucking A. Fucking A, bro.
Dude, no, no.
Fucking A, bro.
He did a
Eminem
good
shit
job.
was terrible, bro.
You said Eminem's is?
Yeah.
Are you talking about Kamikaze?
Yeah.
Oh,
That
Kill
old
Shot,
school
Kill
shit.
Shot.
Kill
Yeah.
Shot, that's what it was. Kamikaze was a project.
Yeah.
Dude, no.
So when I clipped that,
It's
everyone was just shitting on McClay like, are you kidding, Eminem?
Right.
Because I told him, I go, dude, Eminem shit on him so hard that he changed genres and he just wears
he
pink and
hasn't
shit
done
now.
hip hop since.
Yeah,
you
like,
know,
he does,
like that
pop
said
punk.
something.
I think that is why because that was funny as fuck, bro. I'll admit it, dude. That was really funny.
It was a good beef, and there's not too many beef between two white rappers.
Yeah,
You
no
know what I'm
shit,
saying?
right?
Like
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that's what made it crazy. But yeah, Eminem won that one for sure,
Okay,
bro.
cool, for sure.
Yeah, I mean,
I just want to make sure I was
no, you're not wrong.
Right.
I think MGK did a good job though. I give him like a A-. Where
What do you think of the
Marshall
game
Mathers to A+.
taking? I'm sorry.
yeah,
What do you think of the? I have a bad habit of that of interrupting and shit.
No, you're good.
What do you think of the game dissing Eminem?
I heard that diss to my buddy. Told my buddy Bankhead told me like, dude, you have to listen to this, and I get it, but it was just obviously a marketing ploy.
Yeah,
right?
for sure, right? It sucks when it's like that obvious.
Yeah, which I prefer more than it actually being some street shit and then it escalating
That's true.
into some real street shit, right?
That's very true.
I prefer it be more of a marketing situation, but I also like I don't know. I'm not even trying to be in that space, so it's hard for me to even weigh in on that.
Yeah.
But I think it was a decently put together song, like you know the Slim Shady diss. But yeah, that's Tribe right there. I think you're on the
It's just my phone?
I think you're on the highlight. So if you go to the my links on the actual IG, yeah. So right under the bio, okay, comes links. There we go, and then Tribe on the top left.
Right here.
Yep, yeah, either one.
Boom. I like that, dude.
Yeah, man. Nice and convenient for people.
Mm-hmm. You motherfucker. What up?
You can use my Spotify, dude. Just hit start. So what's what are you in town for?
It's my best friend's 30th birthday.
Oh shit!
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. And I dropped off that plane to headquarters, so it worked out, you know.
Oh yeah, I forgot the headquarters is out
Yeah.
here.
So, and, you know, a nice little vacation.
Yeah,
With the
definitely.
loved
Here we
ones,
go.
You know. Yeah, Tribe. So I recorded this and mixed it myself as well.
Sick. Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
That's a sick beat, dude. After this, we'll play it through the speakers. so
Yeah,
it
you gotta
bumps
hear that
harder.
bass,
Yeah,
bro.
yeah, because I can hear it hitting.
It's nuts.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's great, dude. I love it. I love it ends at 4:20.
Right.
Was that on purpose?
It was on purpose. It was. I think it was hitting like 4:21 or 22.
Yeah,
I was
like, I
like,
gotta shave a
oh, we
second.
got to do something. There has to be something we can do, and it worked out. Yeah.
Just
That's
fade it out or
funny,
something.
bro. That's dope, dude.
And that'll be probably the longest song I do. It doesn't sound that long, but it does feel like a journey.
What is the people been telling you about? What is the response to the you dropping the single been like?
Yeah, it's been great. Yeah, everybody who listens to it is.
Oh, you gotta turn it down. That fucking feedback.
There you go. Everybody who's listened to it, they can hear the level of musicality that I'm at right now.
Yeah.
I think my biggest the biggest person to kind of weigh in on it was Stevie Stone.
Yeah.
And he loved it.
Yeah.
He got lost in it. And I've heard him. I've seen someone fly him out to a whole different state, buy the Airbnb, buy the studio time, just for at the end of the trip, Stevie say like, look, dude, your music is not there. I can't be on this. I can't actually,
that's like, important.
It's
dude.
really important. And especially in that industry, you can't sugarcoat shit. So I know like when he tells me like, dude, this is really good, I know it's really good. The views and the exposure might not be there yet, but when people go back and listen to my older shit, they'll be like, oh, okay, yeah, he had something from the jump type shit,
When you're an artist, like getting that kind of acknowledgement from your peers is like the best.
Yeah,
right?
and your mentors, absolutely.
And your mentors,
Yeah, and I have buddies like, dude, Tribe's my favorite song. You're gonna perform that, right? And I'm like, yeah, like that's validation enough for me. Like one guy's like, this is my favorite song. I did it right. Yeah.
Do you have any shows coming up or anything? Or
I do.
Are you gonna ever play in Phoenix?
I do. So this is just getting pretty busy, but there's a festival called Hall of Flowers. It's not really a festival. It's a convention, like a business B2B type thing, right? A lot of it's not really for the public.
Yeah.
But we'll be there, and that's like October 5th and 6th. Really long days, building out a nice build out for Raw. And then the day after, I go to this island party for Delta Boys, which is a cannabis brand in NorCal, and they're having me perform at their island party. So that's the next one I have scheduled.
Yeah.
And then Stevie Stone just called me a couple days ago, and he just asked me to go on tour with him. So I'll be going on tour with him in November.
Oh shit.
Yeah, and so yeah,
that's awesome, bro.
We got some shit coming up, man.
Yeah,
and I'm trying to get these records done. So then by the time we hit 2023, I'm dropping a project. I have more. I'm trying to get to that hour on stage, so I can have my own shows.
Yeah, that's dope, dude.
Do you have like a DJ that you work with live at every show? Or
No, I actually do the editing for my show, and then so I don't know if you've heard like a lot of Tech or Stevie when they do shows, but they have like an explosion after the song, like make some noise.
Yeah, it's all programmed.
And then I just go right into the next song.
That's
like
sick.
I put enough timing where I know what I'm going to talk about, kind of like So if you smoke weed, make some noise. Yeah, you smoke weed, you're in my tribe. And then it just comes in,
Yeah.
So I just time it like that. So I have my whole. It's easier for the engineers too. I just like, look, you just press play and my whole thing goes out.
That's what I used to do live sound at a shitty metal bar, and they'd have hip hop night, and I dealt with like amazing acts to just complete nightmares and shit.
Yeah.
And what I love about like artists these days is they're not just like rappers and shit like that. They're the complete artist, like a whole production that you have going on, not just with your live show, but your fucking, I could tell behind the scenes with your music, the way it sounds, the visuals, just everything. And I love that, man. It's like, yeah, you're right. You almost have to be now, right?
Yeah. Especially now that we have so much control with social media, you can go viral, get a song on TikTok, and you'll be as big as an artist who's on a label somewhere overnight just because of that moment, right? So it's like you have to be ready with the foundation. Because if you don't have a foundation of how you're going to go and do shows live, how are you going to market yourself, how you have to just kind of know. There's no guidelines to it too. It's weird. There's no rule book to being an artist, but you have to see what's working for other people. You have to see kind of how they tee things up. Okay, so they upload their music 30 days before they even release it, so it's been in the system, right? So there's certain things a lot of artists say what?
It's like queued up.
Yeah, it's like you send it to the distributor 30 days before.
Yeah.
Versus like, somebody's trying to put something out and they do it like 3 days before, 4 days before.
See, yeah.
There's a difference between that time frame, you know. So little things like that, and having like the
being
artwork,
professional.
Planning
it's being professional
and shit,
in that sense. So
You
like,
know,
I'm learning that. Yeah.
I apologize for cutting you off, but I want to like highlight that.
Yeah.
I've been doing some cool shit lately in the podcast world, working with some people that their daytime job is working in the industry, right?
Yeah.
And one of the things that they say that, you know, whenever we're just bullshitting behind the scenes, like how important it is for people to be professional.
Yes.
Like you're in a different world, you're in a business world in this point.
Yeah.
And it being professional will get you farther than not. Like,
yes.
Well, and you know what's sad is like when you're an artist, like you have to be a professional also. And there's so many just amazing artists that just don't have that professionalism or business side that like, and we know them personally.
Yes.
Like the baddest.
That's why
artists
they need
ever.
managers.
Yeah,
those are the people who
and,
really.
But
need
you could be like a
managers.
mediocre artist and just fucking completely professional and business savvy and fucking.
Here's my EPK.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, exactly.
Here's my stats for the last 2 years.
Yeah.
Like having things like that.
Yeah.
Like, just changes the game. People just perceive you differently, and perception is reality.
That's
or
how
just even being on time, you know what I mean?
Yes.
Doing
That
things you
part
say
right
you're
there.
gonna do.
Don't talk about
that.
being on time.
I know I'm not on time, but I'm not professional, bro. I sell comic
Motherfucker.
books, you know.
But
what I
even
mean?
if you're not
Shit.
on time, you communicate with the people. Like, hey, I'm like today. I was like, oh, hey, I'm 15 minutes behind. Like,
Yeah, but this is a podcast, bro. I'm talking about like, you know what I mean?
Like if you have a show and you're scheduled to be on
yeah,
stage
if
at
you
11
got a
o'clock,
meeting with somebody at the you know, in working for a record label or a place where, you know, whatever if it's business, like that's the important thing with
Yeah.
a lot of talent, I guess I would say that you hear a lot, right?
Yeah.
Well, you kind of do you know that from working with Raw, it's part of your business. How does Raw kind of like push the artistry stuff? Like how
they go
do
hand in
they
hand?
support it? Yeah.
Yeah. We so right now it's so interesting to know just behind the scenes too, because like artists love us, like 2 Chainz, you know, artists like that. He's shouting us out like daily type thing.
Yeah.
There's bands like huge reggae bands that some people never heard of, but they just kill it in the reggae scene, like Fortunate Youth, Iration, things like that. We send them stuff out. We send out packages. We have a whole a section of our business that's just dedicated to marketing packages that people just get the newest raw shit that goes out, right? And at that level, when you're that big of a company, it makes sense to just send shit out to people, like you
It's
know,
free advertising.
exactly.
Yeah.
And even if they're not posting it, they have it. You're active in their psyche, right? Like, and then we just started launching raw music. Yeah, so
wow.
we're highlighting a lot of those connections with artists, and like my music has been on some of our posts and things like that. Like I love being on the content creation side, because I'm like, hey, yeah, I think my song would be perfect for this, you know. And it would, and it obviously it does.
Do they support it?
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely, they really do. And as it grows, I know that they'll be even more bought into it. You know,
Yeah.
It's still early, but it's definitely there's a foundation there.
Yeah.
You know?
Are you saying like Raw is like a record label and they be signing
So
artists?
we're not
and
trying
stuff,
to
or?
we're trying to figure out what that
Yeah.
looks like, right?
Yeah.
Because there's other companies in the similar space that are doing something similar to that. But really, like record labels, all they really are glorified banks.
Oh, for sure.
Right?
Yeah.
They're just banks. They give you money to do something, and then you have to pay them back with interest.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's all it is. They just have access to studios, and
they're just taking a guess on whether that artist is going to be successful.
It's
or not.
always
So
a gamble,
They'll give
right.
an artist like $250,000, go fucking record this, and if they don't make that money back, sometimes they even make the artist. The artist didn't realize they signed a paper saying, well, you have to actually pay this back. Like,
Right.
the artists sometimes get fucked.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're in debt to that. Like, they're never going to see a penny of
nowadays,
their music.
you don't need that as much, right? You could kind of just...
No.
I see artists just keep saying, like, fuck these guys, you know what I mean? And just doing everything on their own. Like,
Yeah, because if you're good enough and you're professional enough, you can go and talk to a venue, 4 or 5 venues, set up your own tour, go and buy 100 shirts, with your logo on it, set up a little merch booth. You can go on Fiverr, get your album cover done. You know what I'm saying? You can go to Guitar Center, buy your own recording equipment. It's not going to sound as good as somebody who's going to a studio, but it's something that you can start with, and then as you grow your business, you can upgrade, right? Like there's so many ways to be more self-sufficient now. I mean, like for me to have a label even I don't see a point in going 200 grand in debt for no reason, right?
Yeah, I agree.
Like, so if I ever sign with the label, I want to have leverage and do something, of course, like Lil Wayne and them did. Like you own your publishing, right? You own your masters for your records. Like you don't own this, or even if you do, it's not going to be forever. You're going to have it for 5 years, and then after 5 years, I want my stuff back. You know what I'm saying?
That's such a scam in music, man, where artists don't even get to own their fucking shit, like how Taylor Swift got fucked. Yeah. There's like all kinds of artists like that.
And a lot of artists don't own their names,
right?
They don't
even own their names,
Yeah. Like I just heard Luka Doncic, his mom owns his trademark, like for his name and shit. And he's like in a legal battle where like that's
Is he really?
Yeah, that's nuts to me.
He's a basketball player
for the Dallas Mavericks.
He's a basketball player.
And now they're done with it. Yeah.
It's funny you bring that up because there was a big huge issue a couple years ago where his mom was signing his cards, like because nowadays the way sports cards work is they'll put autographed cards in packs, and then the company will say, we authenticate that because we sent the card to Luka signed it
and it came back.
His mom was signing his shit.
It's nuts, bro.
Those are probably worth more though now.
Yeah, right. His mom's hot, bro.
Yeah.
Oh,
his mom's hot. Yeah. Damn. Yeah. So, anyways, that's weird, man. I don't know why you'd fight with your mom. That's kind of fucked up. Like, I could understand maybe fighting with your dad. Well, no, I can't understand that, but you know what I mean. Like, not
fighting with your mom. That's a different level for sure.
Yeah. Like, what the fuck.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. I think it's interesting the way everything's changed to more of a social media world, like not just on the social media level and advertising and stuff, but the way people watch their TV, the way people watch movies, the way people...
It drives me nuts with the movies, man. Like people spend 3-4 years to put their heart and soul to get this like theater experience, and then people just fucking watch it on their phone,
right?
And then they're like, oh, this is a 5.
Like not even in
when if they
headphones
actually watch it in the theater, they'd probably give it like an 8 or a 9. You know what I mean? Like that shit drives me nuts the way films are going.
What about when fucking you work for a label or you work for a big motion picture company and you film something like the people that filmed Batgirl?
Yeah, I know. And we saw those directors, how heartbroken they were.
Yeah, could you imagine that being an artist? So they filmed a movie for Batgirl. They filmed the whole movie. They edited everything. It was basically ready to go. They uploaded it to the main Warner Brothers
on the servers
server
of like Warner Brothers, right? And then
Warner Brothers came out.
They gave them a text. They got
in a text that they were shelving the movie.
And so they like raced to the studio to like, because they wanted to save some of the footage, and they were gonna like film it on their phones just to have some of the footage that they just spent 3 years on. And they went to go in, and they already locked them out of the server, so they didn't have access to any of it.
Yeah, it's sad, bro. These poor guys. Everybody that worked on the set of that movie. Like, could you imagine making an album?
Yeah,
working with all the engineers.
That's corporate fucking bullshit drama.
To give someone that type of power over your creativity.
Yeah.
It blows my mind.
Yeah, bro. Yeah. It devastated, man.
And it was all like political too, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was weird.
That movie would have sucked anyway. But
Warner Brothers is falling apart anyways. Yeah.
Yeah. DC is
done.
The best thing they got is Aquaman, and that's...
Yeah. I saw something cool with him recently where, like, I don't know if it's real, but he cut, like, it was a big deal that he cut his hair, big fucking deal. But the cool thing that he did,
or Aquaman,
Jason Momoa, and he shaved the sides of his head. He still got like long hair, but he shaved the sides of his head, and it looked like he tattooed the whole fucking side of his head, dude, like the old tribal. Yeah, it looks bad as fuck. And I'm wondering if that shit's real. If that shit's real, that shit's gangster,
is it for
bro.
like a role or something? Maybe?
It could be. It could be.
I mean? Yeah,
it could be. You know, I probably, but
he doesn't have the long hair anymore.
He has like where he just got it like a ponytail,
like a man bun or something.
Yeah, but it's shaved on the sides instead of like So, anyways, they have Black Adam coming out, but everybody's shitting on that because of the weird shit The Rock did. Are you into?
Was it the Queen tweet?
No, he went to San Diego Comic-Con and he came out as Black Adam, and there was all the smoke everywhere, and he just stood there like making these funny faces and shit, and it looked really goofy.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and he like stood there and did it for like an exorbitantly long time, like like 3 minutes, and everybody was just silent. Like, what the fuck
What's
is going
happening?
on? Yeah.
Like, is there like a like?
Yeah.
Like, yeah, that's weird.
But The Rock is a dick. Everybody's saying The Rock is a dick now, which is weird, man.
yeah. Like a year ago, everyone's like, "Yeah, he should run for president." No,
Yeah,
a year later, he's an asshole.
Yeah.
I love that. That's just hilarious.
Yeah. You brought up TikTok earlier. Are you big on TikTok?
I should be as much reels as I post, but TikTok bans anything smoking related immediately.
I know,
their
it
algorithm
sucks.
is against.
Yes.
That's what I
total.
mean. Are you big
So-
on them? Like, do you like TikTok? Do you use it?
Yeah, I don't use it. I don't use it for that reason. You
That
know?
sucks, dude.
And I should get into
like
more
our-
non-smoking related, but like it's
You
kind
can.
of
I mean,
off-brand
that's your
for me.
whole
You know,
world.
like-
Yeah. When I
Yeah.
uploaded that video of Noob versus Pro of us hitting the 6-footer, it banned it. It took it
Oh,
off.
wow.
Yeah.
It violated.
I might do some
restricted,
animal
and-
talking videos. Those seem fun. You know?
Yeah, just create on there
Yeah,
for
just
something,
do some
bro.
shit like that.
Yeah. Raw is a big fucking brand, and you can fucking like see how the Raw brand has created its thing, and you're so close to that, man. I bet you're just picking up. There's ways to pick up the game. Do you ever like pick up any cool ideas that come directly from working in like this professional world? Like for social media, I mean.
Yeah. I think more of it is like Rod needing something, and then us now figuring out how to make that happen, and then having that skill now.
That's what I mean.
You know, yeah.
Yeah.
So I would say, like that. Like I've gotten into graphic designing more now because of Raw, right? Like
Yeah.
like I've gotten into flyers for our World Rolling Championship. I designed that. And right now, if you go on Raw and you see their social, like their stories, there's a little graphic on the bottom of like the logo, and like I don't know if you. So on our trays, we have this certificate of
yeah. I love
authenticity.
that thing.
There's a border around it, so they sent me out that, and I kind of designed a social media vector with that border and the logo, and I added some like smoke and shit like that, like
Hell yeah.
you know, so little things like that
Yeah.
I didn't know how to do 2-3
That's
years
just fun
ago.
though, huh?
Yeah, it's fun as fuck once,
Yeah.
especially once it's approved, because I literally sent them probably 20 different versions, and Josh, the owner, is like, no, this one needs, you know, like, and that's the process, right? It's
What's
just-
it like working with Josh? Do you work with him? Like, I mean, are you guys
Yeah,
do you talk
we,
pretty
we
often?
we talk often. We're in a
Is he a
group
cool
chat
dude?
together. Yeah, he's a really cool guy. Really cool
I mean, because
guy.
he seems really fucking cool on
Right.
on social media. Like,
Yeah.
is he like that in real life?
Yeah, and
I mean, you're gonna tell us.
I love you. He always brings up his stories.
I
and
love
shit
him,
from
dude.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
You love
fucking
him.
think he's like, and we talked about this last time. I think he's the Willy, you know,
Willy Wonka. Yeah.
yeah, I love that.
He really is. And he's one of the. He's like the main guy coming up with all these different ideas and shit, right?
Yeah.
I get to see more of his, I guess more of like his humanity being that close to him, right?
Yeah.
Because of course, when you're making these videos, you don't want them to be low energy. Like sometimes there are low energies. Like he talked about the rapper that got killed the other day. He was kind of somber about
Yeah.
it, right?
Yeah.
But everything else is like, you know, why are we making product videos and the energy's like shitty? You know,
Yeah.
everything has to be at a certain level.
Yeah.
And he makes it a point to make sure that that's what's coming across, and he cares a lot. Like he'll do like a video, some of these videos, he'll send us screenshots. He's like, dude, this is like my 70th take. I can't do anymore. You know, I'm like, damn, like he cares that much. Like literally 70 takes of a video that you saw maybe like 30 seconds, 45 seconds.
Yeah.
You know, but he cares that much about
That's
the verbiage,
awesome.
about how it looks, about how it feels. And we do too in that group. He sends us stuff, we give him our honest opinion about shit, and you know, we refine it and make it where, you know, it's gonna be fucking dope when it comes out. So
I want to see like a behind the scenes video of like him making videos on like a day and he's in a bad mood, so he's like all like cut, and he's like
yeah, just yeah.
Actually-
I think he actually is
because I've been there.
yeah, I think he's self-aware enough to actually like not shoot on those days.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know,
yeah.
He actually, like, I don't think he'll force himself to be in a mood if something just like something's fucked up at,
Yeah.
you know, the Raw factory and shit, and he has this and this and this. Like, I don't think he would actually put himself in that situation.
Yeah,
you
that makes
know,
sense.
yeah.
Because he's professional.
You brought up the PNB rock stuff. What are your thoughts on that?
Man,
you
it's
have any?
tragic. It's
Yeah.
tragic. Yeah, that's why I think there needs to be a culture shift in hip hop. you know, and it's always been surrounded around street life, you know, that street element of it. And, you know, I work with some of these artists who are in that type of situation, and I wish it was just more about the music, you know, because it's a genre, it's a music genre, but also like the rappers, they're saying this, like, don't go around areas with $200,000-$500,000 of jewelry on without security, you know what I'm saying, without any way to protect yourself. There's no point. You're in an area like he's at Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles, right? Like, he was at Roscoe's.
It's
like,
actually known as the worst restaurant you could possibly go to in all of LA, that Roscoe's.
Like, for safety reasons, right?
Yeah.
Like,
for getting jacked and shit like that.
So why would you do that? What is the point? Everybody knows you're an artist, right? What is the point of now having all this shit on? Like, save it for a show day when you're gonna have security there. It's gonna be a part of the performance, right? Mm-hmm. You to put a little fucking gold chain on that, like, you know, it's $200. Put, like, make it simple. Don't put stakes around your neck and be upset when coyotes come to fucking eat it. You know, like,
the saddest part is that his girlfriend was posting on her story like pictures of him with all his jewelry and the location.
Yeah.
So it's just like an extra target on your back. Like,
right,
fuck, what the
and
fuck?
It has you think, like, that's why I don't like taking my significant other to places where I know I'm going to be working and it might be some sort of situations that happen, or even like really posting when I'm at certain places, you know, like we have
Post
to
it
move
afterwards.
into that. Yeah, exactly. Like, do a recap. Like, hey, I just did this over the, you know, just do
you
it like
can take
that.
the videos at the place, just post it when you're gone.
Exactly. And that's what happened to the Kardashians when they got robbed.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Same thing.
What can be done about the culture shift? Like, what needs to happen? Like, how does
Man,
that?
I think
how does that change?
above my pay grade, dude. I don't like.
I like that answer, bro.
You know,
I'll be honest. Yeah. If you don't know, you don't know.
Yeah. There's. My instinct is just say, like, make it more about the music and getting the music back to a quality where we have real pride in it and the content that we're talking about. If it's not uplifting, it's tearing shit down. I rather more should be uplifting. It doesn't have to be all positive sunshine and roses. Like, you could talk about your story, but talk about how you came up out of that shit, or talk about, you know, more.
Well, I'm not familiar with his music. Is it not uplifting, or was his music not uplifting?
I'm just talking about as a genre, especially these new artists, because he's not the only artist who's just got shot. There's been another one, like in San Francisco, another one just got shot. Like, I get these updates all the time, and it's the most dangerous career right now. The most dangerous career, worse than being in the military, to be a rapper. That's nuts. So I think there has to be a culture shift for sure about what we talk about, how we're talking about it, and what's acceptable as far as like listening. Like, I don't think we should get into the realm of banning art, but what we support should change. But it's the market. Like, these kids in high school, they eat this shit up. You know, everybody likes the guys who are living on the edge, who are like the Cowboys back in the day. Like, everybody were obsessed. They were obsessed over Cowboys. Why? Because these dudes had guns and they had to fucking go out and, you know, like,
dangerous.
It was just, exactly, the sheriff and shit. And that's kind of what it is today. These guys, drug dealers, these guys live on the edge. They have guns and shit. They have.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's kind of cool, but it's not really.
It's not.
You know, like,
I'm not saying it is.
It's really like a shitty. If you're in that life, it's really a shitty life to have to look over.
I
your
think
shoulder
it's
every
a
time.
human. Unfortunately, it's one of the things that is a human condition that's not good about humans, especially with males. Is that ego, right?
Mm-hmm.
That thing that I'm a tough guy, you know, don't disrespect me,
right?
You know, that type of thing,
right?
And I understand it. We all have some part of that in us. You know what I mean? Like, when somebody when you feel a way about something, that's normal. It's how you deal with it. Like,
your response to the situation.
Your response in the situation. And the other thing is and I bring this up all the time, but and it's the truth. That karma is a bitch, man.
Yeah.
Karma is a
really
bitch.
is.
It will fucking do you dirty, man.
Yeah.
And I don't want to deal with that, man.
Right.
So, did he deserve karma?
I'm not saying him, but you know what I mean. Like, that's what I'm always thinking of. Like, if I was in a situation where I'm constantly, robbing people. I'm constantly doing people dirty. I'm constantly I got people's names in my mouth.
Yeah,
where I'm
talk about people for no reason.
For no reason. Behind, just always that negative stuff.
Just,
that karma's
like
gonna
hype
get
your
you.
music up and shit.
Oh, for sure, I believe that.
Yeah.
Karma's gonna
that
come
just
for
recently
you.
got karma that I was like, holy shit, I just can't think of
That
it. Right
comic book guy, man.
now. Oh, the comic book guy. Yeah, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah.
What happened to him?
This guy was shady in the comic book world and ripped a bunch of people off, and then he went online and made a video of him crying because like his friend like left him with his wife, took his wife, and he's like, I'm sorry, I'm such a pussy. It's hilarious.
And he ruined his business, but you know what I mean? 3 months or 3 weeks before that, he's out there
Like,
really leaning into being an asshole on social media, fuck you guys, you know. It's like, boom, 2 weeks later, karma,
and
kicks
like his
in.
best friend probably didn't even like him because he knew what he was doing. Like, I know this guy's not a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, why should I give a fuck about taking his chick?
The funny part, it was the artist. It's one of the biggest artists in comic books, dude.
It took his
his
the
wife.
funniest part is the video you showed me where like the guy was filming his wife and the guy that was fucking her in a video, and they were fucking at that time, and he didn't know it, but you could totally tell
they were selling comic books.
They were selling comic books online,
Wow.
This is better than
but
90
that's
Day
karma,
Fiancé.
you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
Like, dude, there was some negative, nasty shit going on, and you were perpetrating. You leaned into it, thinking that you were going to be a tough guy by leaning into it, and it came back even stronger, and you find yourself fucking either wasted or something, crying on social media, and now you're always going to be known for that.
Yeah.
Which sucks.
Yeah, right? Like, that shit is hard. You're going to have to move to another country for a bit.
And kids are doing that all the time on social media. I mean, like,
dude, it would suck to be in high school with phones and social media and being like,
at this level,
at
this level where like the most popular person is the person who has the most followers on IG and shit. Like, you know,
I saw this kids playing like maybe a 7th, 8th grade basketball game, right? And the ball came off of a rebound, and the kid actually threw it in the wrong hoop, and he was just like, "Fuck." That had like 5 million views. Right. You're not embarrassed that kid's probably going to be for the rest of his life.
Oh, you're wrong hoop guy.
Because I did shit like that.
Yeah.
And there was like 10 people that knew, and it destroyed my life. I couldn't imagine like what these little kids are going through with all that, you know?
Yeah. It's a different world, man. It's a different world growing up. That's just the way it is.
I'm just waiting for like to be out in public, dude, because the worst kind of content to me are the people that fuck with other people, like shitty bad pranks, you know what I mean? Like at the store.
In real life type shit.
Yeah, it is like, dude, there's one guy, he goes around to like gang members and he just stares at them. Did you see that one?
That's the stupidest
And he's fucking,
shit
he does
ever.
like fake gangs. Dude, he is going to get shot.
Yeah.
And then like they'll run after him and he's like, oh, there's a camera. And they're like, I don't give a fuck, bro. Like,
exactly.
I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
What, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. You're testing their gangster.
Yeah, like what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
Anyway, do you want to get into the exclusive content? We used to call it Patreon shit, but now it's the YouTube.
Well, let's get into the
You could do subscribers on Instagram now too.
Yeah, I have that actually.
Super dope.
I was trying to.
What does that mean? What do you mean by that?
Like someone could pay $2 a month or $5 a month, and then like you can send them specifically
certain content,
different type of content. Yeah.
Like I have you can subscribe to my Instagram for $9. I don't promote it because it's like I don't even know what I would send. My Instagram's fucked.
Instagram's turning into OnlyFans. That's what it is.
Yeah. Or TikTok, because YouTube,
TikTok,
and
OnlyFans.
Instagram's totally competing with TikTok now.
First question of.
Well, wait, we gotta let's wrap the episode though.
Okay.
Do you want to give your social medias where everyone can find you and shit?
Yeah, absolutely. You can find me on IG at Kid Conez, KIDDCONEZ. Follow Rawlite NorCal, Rawlite Memes, Rawlite 247. Shout out to all the homies at Odyssey Records, at Raw Papers, all the cone heads out there, and Smoke Papers.
Hell yeah, man. We really appreciate you coming on the show. Anytime you're in town, you're more than welcome to fucking come over, man. I fucking love when you come on the show.
Absolutely.
You want to tell them about the poster shit really quick again?
If you guys are on Instagram or social media, tag us and repost some of our clips, tag us in it, and we'll pick random winners to send out the poster you see in between us. Also, let us know what strain you're smoking. Let's see some videos, some pictures of it. Tag us on IG, hashtag what strain you smoking, and hashtag the Bogcast. Tag me and Keith, and we'll pick some people to send some stickers out to. So
sweet. And also, if you join the channel for as low as $2.99 a month, You get access to all kinds of exclusive content, like the shit we're getting into right now with Kid Conez.
Yeah.
We ask them, certain questions and shit like that. But if you join the channel, we'll send you a free Bogcast t-shirt. I'll send it to you any color, any size you want. So all you gotta do is hit the join button on YouTube. So thanks again for joining the Bogcast. Kid Conez, you fucking rule. Thanks for coming on, Brian.
Of course.
You're awesome. Appreciate it.
Counts.
And that is a wrap on this episode of the Bogcast.